Adani's plan to pump 12 billion litres of water a year from the Sutter River has just been given the green light to proceed by the federal government without an assessment of its impact on Queensland's precious water resources. Why? Because in September, the Department of Environment and Energy decided that the water trigger under the EPBC Act didn't apply to the project. But what is the water trigger? And what does it have to do with Adani's North Galilee Water Scheme project? Let's back up for a minute. In Australia, the impacts or the environmental impacts of development must be assessed or may be assessed at a local, state and federal level. The federal impacts are generally assessed under the Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act, 1999 Commonwealth, or EPBC Act for short. The EPBC Act regulates the environmental impacts on matters of national environmental significance, or MNES for short. Examples of MNES include federally listed endangered species like the black-throated finch, World Heritage Areas, so you might have heard of the Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area, and also federally listed important wetlands or Ramsar wetlands like Kakadu National Park. So any significant impact on one of these MNES needs to be or will trigger an assessment if it has a significant impact under the EPBC Act. So, for example, if you had a federally listed endangered species that looks to be threatened or that may be threatened as a result of a significant impact at a community of eastern quolls, which are federally listed species, that would trigger an assessment under the EPBC Act, and that assessment process would run separate to any other state or local environmental impact assessment process that needs to occur. So in 2013, a new assessment trigger was actually added to the EPBC Act, and this was for any large coal mining or CSG development that had a significant impact on a water resource. So this new assessment trigger was actually called the water trigger because it triggers a more rigorous assessment of the project's impacts on water resources. Now, the North Galilee Water Scheme involves a project to extract 12 billion litres of water a year from the Sutter River and then pipe that water for use in the extraction and washing of coal on the Carmichael Mine project. And the question, the water trigger wasn't applied by the federal government. And the question a lot of people are asking is, well, why not? Why has this project that is quite obviously extracting water for the purpose of washing coal and for the purpose of a coal mining project, not requiring a more rigorous assessment for its impact on water resources under the Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act? If you would like to, I hope this has been helpful. If you would like to see more videos from EDO, please consider making a small donation to assist us with our really important work.